Hi guys, welcome to this video. So I'm going to be giving you some fashion tips about how to deal with catwalks and runway shoots. So I've kind of bulked these up into different categories to make it easy to understand. So what I normally tend to do is, because I've attended a lot of these types of runway shoots, mainly aimed at the Asian market for parties and wedding garments, but it is transferable in terms of the skills that you pick up. Okay, so something you need to think about with this fashion shows is preparation. So the night before, you want to make sure all your batteries are charged. You've got multiple batteries, you've got enough memory cards. If you're using multiple cameras, the right cards for each camera. I tend to have a separate little case with all of them in, and I keep them with me at all times. And you may go in there with a lot of kit, but once people are packed into the end of the catwalk, you'll notice there's not much room for movement. So you want batteries, memory cards easily accessible for a quick switch. Some clients may want them just for their Instagram, their Facebooks, so you kind of adjust how many photos you take or what types of angles you take based on that. So for example, obviously Instagram is a square, so when you're shooting you want to make sure you've got the majority of the garment and the model in the center of the image, so you can easily crop it later on. So all these things should be in your head already. Facebook, how those will look on the Facebook. Obviously you want to have nice rendition, nice composure, so it looks nice in the collection of images. If it's for the website, how to approach those. So it's something you should be thinking about. Location, so you want to be able to go onto Google or online and just check out what the venue is like, see if there's any other photos of internal, like the dimensions or what it will look like if you haven't been there before. That helps you out. So it's kind of like a scouting online of the location. Is transportation. Are you going to get a car up to halfway point and then take a train because it's easier, or like we do, we kind of get our own vehicle to get into main? If it's London, for example, that's where most of the shoots tend to happen. You take your own vehicle in, you park it in a safe location, and then we actually get a black cab and just say, actually this is the venue, drop us right outside it, because we have gear and all that equipment with us, so that works out a lot better. So one of those tips are handy, to kind of use a mixture of transportation to get there. Also take the right gear. So the night before, if you've done your research on the location, you can take the right lenses. I tend to take the 70-200, 24-70 covers most of the ranges, and the 51.4 as an extra backup. So that's a bit of preparation. Make sure you've got the right gear, you can access it quickly. And travel light if you can. You want to pack just the main equipment you need. You want to plan to get there early. So when I say early, if the catwalk's going to start at 10, you want to be there at least 8 or 9 o'clock. Give you a couple of hours, because what that will allow you to do is you'll see the setup being put into place. So most of the time the stage is already there the night before, but you have the guys there. If it's a DJ, live DJ performing, or if there's a lighting setup, then you've got the guys there setting it up and testing it before the actual event. At the same time, another tip is angles you want to shoot. So if you've got a 2-camera setup, if you're going to be in one spot, are you going to just take straight shots as they walk up, or do you want a mixture, a variety? You want to show the environment, the atmosphere, how it's going on. In which case, because I've got 2 cameras, I'll have the 20-40-70 on my 5D Mark II, because it gives you a bit of a wider shot, and then I have the 70-200 on the 500D, which is a crop sensor body with the battery grip. So I'll have 2 cameras on I've got these holsters that I use, because then you can have your hands free. So with that, I can actually plan for it, so I know the timings of the show. Normally what happens is the same show will happen 3 times throughout the day. That can vary on the types of shows, but this kind of information you know beforehand from the designer, or you've done your own research on the website. So because of that, I do the front 70-200, take the front shots on my first show. Second show, I'll do wide angle shots, so I'll break away from the main crowd in the center where the photographers are, and cover all the angles and kind of get a bit of the ambience, get some of the crowd reactions to some of the garments, things like that, because they're quite good shots to have. And sometimes I'll actually sneak up to the front of the catwalk and just sit right in the corner with a wide lens and get a wide shot of the models coming down. And all these during the show, as long as you're not getting in people's way, it's okay. So it tends to be okay depending on the rules. Some are more strict than others, so you have to be careful with that. Something else to think about and keep in mind is the rules of the venue. So the security guards will have strict rules of where you can stand, where you can't stand. The more friendly you are, the more leeway there will be with that. So try and keep friendly with everyone and try not to put your foot down, even if you're there for the designer, for example, because someone there is always higher highly ranked because all the photographers are there. Someone may be there from the newspapers, and the venue wants to make sure that they get the right shots, so you just be kind of accommodating with that. So you'll have a number of different photographers there. So some will be there for the designer, some will be there from the families, so like with phones and iPads and stuff, so they shouldn't be in the photographer's area, but you will get them sneaking in, so you just have to be professional with that and help kind of steer them in the right places to stand and not get in your way. So I tend to go for the designers, so then on like the second highest ranking, you could say, because the designers want excellent shots of their garments. I'm actually center or off center, so the venue has their own photographers who are the official photographers for the day. They'll have multiple camera setups, and they tend to be like the main priority in the middle. But obviously if you're speaking to them, you kind of introduce yourself, let them know what you're doing, and throughout the day there's segments of shoots that go on. So maybe 5 designers are coming out at that day, so what I tend to do is kind of negotiate and say, you know what, can I get my designer center shots on the first one, and the rest of them I'll be at your way, you can get all the other shots. So just kind of a bit of leeway and being professional with the guys, because they're all there to get the shoots and get the pictures, so it kind of helps out. So that's covering a bit about angles and your setup and negotiating with people. Dress smartly. So most of the time I'll do a shirt and jeans, or if it's really higher venue, then I'll do trousers and shirt, just to make sure you're not just going there like really scraggly and not looking professional, because you're there at the end of the day representing yourself as well as the designers, so you want to keep it nice and smart. Good footwear, because you're going to be walking around a lot. Maybe trainers or black trainers kind of do well because they're not shoes, but because you're standing for a good majority of the show, it'll easily be a 30-40 minute segment of each show, and you're going to be there most of the day. Take some snacks with you, they help out. So granola bars, cereal bars, nuts, something like light that will just give you a bit of energy. Make sure you take water with you, because when you're standing there it can be a thirsty experience, especially when it gets warm and everybody's in there with the crowd. Keep things in reach, and make sure you're positive with all the photographers there, and you will find you're packed together very closely in that small segment. So sometimes if it gets too extreme, I'll just break away from that and take some additional shots, because at certain times of the day you'll find it gets really intense where everybody wants to get shots and they just get a bit tired and they get wound up. So in that occasion I normally kind of cover additional angles, because you don't want to get the same shots as everybody else, because they all pile at the end. So sometimes if you break away, you're actually being a bit creative and letting yourself do different shoots that nobody else will have, different photographs. I might give you some examples of shots I've done where they've been kind of a bit away and they've turned out really well. So you kind of introduce yourself, say hi to everyone, and just have a bit of chit chat so they all know who you are. That's a good tip. It helps you on a lot of occasions, especially with security guards. Just be nice and friendly and make sure that, you know, you're helping them out, standing in the right place, sticking to the rules and what you need to do. So that helps you. And also with the venue, once you've got the lighting guys there, you actually go over to them and say, oh, you know what, I'm going to be doing the photos, I'm going to be standing here, do you reckon that's a good spot based on your lighting setup? Could you put it on for me to see what it looks like? So you actually get a glimmer of that. So they'll put a test, they'll put the lights up as it would be on the show. You'll have one of the models, if you've been speaking to them, say, oh, do you mind just doing a quick walk up and down? That way you can lock the focus, so you can kind of check out, I'm standing here, have I got enough reach on my lens? Is the lighting okay? If not, you can reposition yourself before anyone else is there. So that helps you out. Also, there's been occasions where I've gone to the shows and the lighting arrangement's fine, but then they have 2 big spotlights at the end of the catwalk, and they tend to have colored bulbs in them. So you'll have perfect shots as a model walks down, but then when they get to this end and do their stop and pose, then it kind of gives you a tinge of funny lighting. So I've actually spoke to the guy and said, you know what, do you mind not putting those end lights on? And most of the time they're kind of helpful and they're friendly, so they don't put them on, and then that way you can actually adjust your ISO and just get a clean shot without the tinge of various lights on their faces. It looks good for the audience but not great on photos. So those tips are quite helpful there. Just getting in early, you get a lot actual done where you speak to people and you can adjust how things are.